I wanted to get Jay in here because Jay, you deal with insurance, and you're not just like one insurance company. Tell a little bit about what you do, and this will let you know why I'm excited about talking to Jay.
Absolutely, I'd love to. So Wes, I'm an independent broker with Gibraltar Insurance Services, who are affiliated with Better Homes and Garden, that brand.
Right.
And so we're ranked number 10 for independent brokers in Houston.
So as a result, you can shop and find out what will fit each situation best.
Right. It's important. It's important because if you're part of what's called a captive agent, a company only represents one carrier, and you experience, a situation, a rate increase, or a situation they want to cover something, they have nowhere to place it. Where we do, we have risks we can place. Any home. I haven't seen a home I couldn't cover. In any situation.
Well, Jay, I get these things coming along. Big guys knocking on my door saying, "Hey, I can replace your roof, and the insurance will take care of it. You're out of it." Can you talk us through that? What do you do in those situations?
That's a great question. So just let me back up for a second.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, roof coverage, most carriers offered full replacement cost coverage for roofs. So if you had that knock on the door, probably wasn't a big issue because potentially you could get a new roof, depending on the damage and stuff. The insurance companies basically had their credit card out saying, "Hey, we'll take care of it," per se, Fast forward with some of the events that we had, Texas was a frozen tundra, we had Hurricane Beryl during the summer, which was fun. That's not the case. Now, a lot of people who may have replacement cost coverage in their policy right now, some are getting renewals where they're changing their roof coverage to a depreciated settlement. So you can look at potentially paying 90% yourself for that roof. And so people are on the assumption that they have, their grandfathered in the replacement costs, and that may not be the case. They need to look at their policies. They need to look at what they have. It's important. Unfortunately, the way the insurance market has changed, not just on pricing, but a lot of the coverages, they're when it comes to like scratches and dents on shingles, a lot of them are saying, "You know what, that's cosmetic, we're not going to cover that." Unless there's penetration of water in the roof, shingles are flying off or something like that, they may not cover that kind of cosmetic damage. And so that's important. So if hail damage occurs, when that roofer does knock on the door and they know this, they may go, "Thank you, but not this time, I'm good."
So there is an advantage to having an insurance broker here, because what I heard you just say is, I have a resource to go to you to find out, "Hey, should I open up this can of worms or not?" And you can say, "Yeah, I think you should," or "No, don't do it." Because if you call the insurance company, you've already opened up the can, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. And the insurance companies only do to cover what's damaged. So Wes, if
Mm-hmm.
you have a roof and 25% is damaged, they're only due to cover the 25%, and that's it. And that 25% may be less than a double,
And that's a far cry from what it used to be.
Right.
Because they used to cover everything.
Right. You had a partial, they're like, "You know what, we'll do the whole thing."
Well, let me tell you something. We spent probably 45 minutes just talking about roofs in this class, and we couldn't even scratch the surface. So we didn't get to anywhere close to everything on this. But that is some really good information. We're going to be talking with Jay over the next couple of weeks. You'll see his videos coming up here. But in our next one, we're going to be talking about anything from trees to electrical to even dogs. They matter. Jay, thanks again for coming, man.
Absolutely, Wes. It's a pleasure. Thank you.